Chinese diesel heaters, of course, everybody knows that they make the pump makes a annoying clicking noise, but hey, that's the price you gotta pay for a cheap heater, I guess, that works decent. So anyway, there's probably a way to get rid of the clicking, build a box and put the pump in, but I haven't got to that. So anyways, I don't plan on using these a lot, but when it's cold, but yeah, I got two, one on each side. So anyways, so here's the lithium batteries. I got 3 lithium batteries for the house, and a bus bar there, switch, I got a big 2000 watt inverter there, solar charge controller over there. This small inverter was in the boat, so I'm going to put that back. Get a charger for the batteries over here. Yeah, so anyways, now I'm just wiring up the disconnect. So having 2 systems coming into the boat, gotta have a good disconnect there. So that's what I'm at right now. Let's see here. Yeah, so here's my AC panel. Pretty small, but it's all we need. I've already tested the hot water tank and everything works good. So anyways, and then I'm going to have this switch here. This is going to be the main big master, so you can't backfeed the lithium, or you can't backfeed the lithium, you can't backfeed the 120 system, so they got to be totally separate. So this is what I'm doing. I'm using this big switch here. 2 different powers in, and then 2 separate powers out. So lithium comes in. So if you got it on the lithium, right now there's a shore power, and number 2 is shore power, number 1 is battery. So they can't mix through this switch. You got to put a switch in. So this is what I've come up with. Anyways, this is like a 60 amp switch. There's plenty of power. The switch, of course, is only meant to go in a thin wall, a piece of metal, like an electrical panel or something. So I had to use this. I got a big hole here, and then I'll screw this on. So because the wall here is too thick. So now I got one more cable to make up, to go on here, and then it'll come out and plug into the inverter. So this is a 3000 watt inverter. I think this is not the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use the 2000. I think it's a heavier and seems more robust, but it's got a remote panel, so I like that. This is my backup. I'm having redundancy where I can, so lots of power. 300 amp hours should be plenty. All I got here is a hot water tank. I might have some electrical appliance, I'm not sure. I might have a pressure cooker or air fryer, or maybe even both, and we'll see about that. We'll see how well the power goes. But for now, all I got is a hot water tank, and then of course computer and phones and that kind of stuff. Everything else is 12 volt. So I'm hooking all this stuff up in parallel. Lots of 12 volt, and that's what bus bars. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it at 12 volt. That's the reason why. Because if I went to 24, 48, then I got to step down for everything to run the rest of the boat. So I can just keep it at 12 volt. So anyhow, that's an update on that. And there's my heater blowing out nice warm air here. So even though the top was off the boat here, panel was 12. Now it's reading 15, so that's good. So I got a little bit of heat in this area while I'm working away here. Everything all buttoned up here now. Got the inverter in. I don't have the panel facing forward because it don't work for wires. It's better to have the plug-in for the AC power on that end, and then this is closer to the DC power over here. So due to that, it's better to have it this way. And this has got a remote panel, which I'm going to put right here probably, or right here, or down there. I'm not sure yet. One of these places I got a remote panel, so that's good. That's just 2,000 watts, so that's good. My switch is in. So 0 is no power going anywhere, 2 is shore power, and 1 is going to be DC power. So that's the way that's going. So that's so far so good there. And so yeah, so now I'm going to continue on with building the wires, cables for this. So I have for that, let's see here, I have a kit I purchased for crimping. Ta-da! I got the connectors for number 2 cable and cutters and crimpers. So so now I got the cable there. I bought a cheap pair of Princess Auto booster cables, and yeah, good enough for the wire's really good for this. So number 2 cable. I just took the ends off. Now I can cut them up to length, whatever I need, and that should be enough there. They're 20 footers, so that should be enough. I'm just cutting the shielding here with a utility knife. And handed in the crimpers here. Crimp in. Cable in, and rip. There we go. I got the charge controller hooked up too, even though I don't have solar panels in yet, but it's giving me a panel here to use for my battery usage, so it was coming in pretty handy. I started out with, what was 100%, I'm down to 12%. So I'm charging I got the 3 batteries. I'm charging, or not charging, I'm heating the hot water. So on solar right now, or no, sorry, on lithium. I'm heating my hot water tank on lithium, so it's going, it's working. It's almost there. I can feel it's pretty warm here now. So yeah, it's warming, but it's pretty much draining the whole battery pack is the problem. So I can see where 3 batteries is not enough. Mind you, 1 more wouldn't make a whole lot of difference, but or I can see where we're going to end up having to run our generator just to do the hot water, which won't be the end of the world. Or we just, you know, if we're moving during the day with the engine running, we'll be able to generate more power. We got our solar panels going and our engine going during the middle of the day. Then that's the time to heat our water, and it should stay fairly warm then to get a shower. So so I'm just gonna let this run for a bit here and see what happens. See what kicks out first, but something soon will kick out because the battery's saying now it's at 4%, 7 and 4%. So anyhow, get everything hooked up the way I wanted to. All I gotta do now is hook into the that's the charge controller for the solar. So all I need now is the wires for the solar panels. I'll hook in there, and yeah, everything else is hooked up the way I wanted. Oh yeah, and I got some work to do on the radio system, but I needed a fitting or a adapter for that. So exciting times. We're getting ready to take off the tarp, the plastic. It's been on there now almost 2 years. It's went through a hell of a life each winter, keeping the snow, but it done its job. Cost us very little. Just the cost of plastic, just I don't know, 85 bucks, and then the trees I just cut around my property here. So anyways, so yeah, so we're gonna take it apart. I got everything buttoned up, sealed up water wise, so we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow, so it'll be a bit of a test to make sure that there's no holes exposed and water leaking in. So So anyways, we're gonna tear that apart now. Okay, well, you saw all that take place. It looks a lot different. First time, like I said, that shelter lasted 2 winters. It's pretty, looking at some of the stuff that's holding it together, it was pretty, wood was getting pretty dried out and split up and whatever, so I don't know. Another winter would have been a task for sure. We had a storm in the fall, Fiona, and it got torn up pretty bad, and I rebuilt it a little bit, scabbed it together. But anyways, now the boat's free, so you see some of the wood is starting to look pretty bright. Holly's done a great job of cleaning it up, so now we got to finish the rest. Okay, Holly, you had a very important job. Your job was to
fold the poly up after we had it stored on the boat over the winter, and I have to say it was a very mundane job, but equally as important.
It's important.
We don't hang on. We don't want to throw this in the landfill. There's 2 massive piles like this.
Yes. So here's what the I think I might have already showed you some fuzzies from the roller, but who cares? And here's what's left of the shelter. I used mortise and tenon. All worked. Some of it dried out and split, and God knows it survived a lot of wind. I don't know how many times I stapled the plastic on, and snow, lots of snow. Winter 21, 22 was a lot of snow. 22, 23 not so much. So this is 4 solar panels that we're putting on the boat. Just got all that figured out now how I'm going to do that. So this boat's got a beam goes across that holds the boom, and then back here the davits there's another goes across, another 2x6 goes across. Actually right here, I just painted it. This is the davit one, and there's there. So we're gonna put 2x4 or something like that across 2 pieces, and the 4 panels should fit on here, no problem. So that's what we're doing for this year anyways. We'll see how that goes. We might add to it or what. But yeah, so we've been finishing off the, get on the boat a different way now. Finishing off the woodworking. So the grab rails, slides, more grab rails. So that's all done now. Sanded, plugged up, oiled again. Holly just oiled it again, so that's really good. On this side, doors there. So yeah, so we're all good. We're good for weather now. Water, rain. I see these covers are soft, so I'm going to reinforce these. Yeah. I'm going to reinforce them with fiberglass on the inside. That's easy to do. I know my surveyor suggested that, or was talking about it the other day there, so I didn't realize how soft they were, but they are soft. Because now that cupboard there, that door is really stiffened up a lot, so should be good now. Hopefully that stuff stays on there, doesn't come up. And this was already pretty stiff anyway, so that's all good. And I get the battery down there. Batteries down there getting charged still. I ordered another battery, so we're gonna have 400 amp hours. So another battery, 400 amp hours, 400 watts. Hopefully that's lots of capacity. So I had a room for a fourth one, so why not? Got all the wood all done. Plugs all plugged up, sealed, oiled. All the grab handles. 4 grab handles. Those are new and they're a little bit sturdier than these, so you never know. Next year I might upgrade these, because you can buy those, and that's four loops. You can have 5, 6, I think 7 or something like there. So I would definitely up. These are really flimsy, but they're tight. They're on there now. They're screwed down and glued down. So, and this slide is really good. So yeah, we're good there now. Just gonna seal up a couple things around the windows. We're gonna get these off next.